Welcome to Wrestling Goons Radio Raw Reaction for August 4th, 2014. We're going to be reviewing what I think is probably one of the worst Raws in recent memory. Got a two-man panel tonight here with me. As always, I'm Todd hosting it, and I got my boy Daniel. What's up, Dan?
What's going on?
And Drew is here with us.
Yeah, buddy. What's up, y'all?
And we're going to jump right into this pile of garbage. We start off with the Authority coming out, all of them coming out. Triple H comes out and announces the Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose Beat the Clock challenge. And while he's doing that, he is typing the network for $9.99 over and over and over. I didn't like this segment at all. Did you like it, Dan?
Not really. I thought I fell asleep, woke up in the middle of the night and was watching an infomercial or something. It was like, yeah, the network, $9.99. And you get this, you can see this and that. But wait, there's more. We're also throwing this and that. It's like, are you serious? Come on, Triple. Are you guys that desperate? I mean, are you guys really losing that much money that you guys want to shove this network down our throats? I mean, it was annoyingly funny, but they could have just kept all that $9.99 crap.
I agree. What do you think of it, Drew?
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was very campy. It helped the beat because everybody started catching on. $9.99. You got the crowds on witness. So, I think it's a way for a kid to get stuck in his head. Oh, I should get the network, and it's gonna bring some subscriptions. I think it's gonna be a good thing. I honestly like it.
I mean, shoot, they need all the help they can get with subscriptions. They just announced their numbers on Thursday, and they have added about 33,000 people since WrestleMania. So that's about 5% increase in the last 4 months. That's atrocious. It can't be looked at as a positive in any way. They are rolling it out internationally in about a week, but the thing is, anybody internationally can technically sign up for the network already. All they have to do is enter a United States address. It's a little loophole that I don't know how many people know about, but yeah, I have a friend in the UK who has the network. All he did was put in a fake address in the United States, and sure enough, it works. So yeah, I don't know. I just see it as them pretty desperate to get subscribers. But anyway, yeah. From there, we got for the millionth time a Roman Reigns versus Kane match. I mean, it's about as predictable as you can get. This time it was last man standing. Of course, Roman Reigns wins with the spear. I don't really have anything to say about this. Dan?
When I heard that it was the last man standing, I was like, all right, last man standing on Raw? Like, okay, that's cool. And I remember like maybe a week or two ago, they were supposed to, face each other. And I was like, okay, I was looking forward to it. But now it was like, this match is trash. It's just garbage, man. It's like, it just wasn't good for me. It just wasn't a good start.
I'm totally in agreement with you. Drew, did you like it?
Boring.
Yep. I think that about wraps it up for that. I mean, really nothing much to say. It's the same old shit. From there, we got the Lesnar Cena fight package. It was kind of a UFC style promo. Making it out to be like a shoot fight kind of thing. I heard a lot of people giving it props, but I didn't really think much of it. Did either of y'all like it, Drew?
No.
Dan, did you like it?
I wasn't really paying attention to it. I think I caught the last part. I don't know if it was the same thing or not. Was it, or was it something totally different?
Yeah, I think they replayed it
Well, if
like
they
later.
if what they replayed when I saw it towards the end of the show, I thought it was cool on the behalf of Brock Lesnar because he's cussing and everything, but it was like this is just garbage too. It kind of reminded me of the build up, like I think it was over 10 years ago between The Rock and Brock Lesnar when they were facing each other at SummerSlam. But how people are just hyping it up, it's not really nothing to go crazy over.
Yeah. Moving on, we got Damian Sandow, Mr. Boomer Sooner this week coming out, getting some cheap heat there in Austin, Texas, and had Texas alumni Mark Henry come out and squash him. Not really much to say. It was about a 30-second match. I didn't have anything to take away from it other than I was hoping that Xavier Woods would come out and recruit Mark Henry. Um, did either of y'all like it, Dan?
Uh, it was kind of funny, but I was praying that Xavier Woods or whoever did not come out try to recruit Mark Henry. I was thinking, like, thank you, yes, yes, just let this match happen. Don't come out here. Don't you dare come out here. But shout out to I guess I think that was Vince Young, former
Yeah.
Texas quarterback. But it wasn't nothing to be excited over, so it was boring.
Did you like it, Drew?
I have a funny little thing to say. So, you know what Vince Young and the WWE have in common?
What's
They're
that?
both going to go bankrupt. They're both going to be bankrupt. uh,
Vince Young.
I,
Yeah.
but he had Rick Ortiz to Raw. That's pretty interesting. But no, maybe to me, Sandow could be a face if we had him as Texas figures coming out to get against guys giving cheap heat. I mean, like a Heath Slater or a Titus O'Neil. You could get people behind Sandow. It's good enough to where if you have him dressing up as a Texas Longhorn guy and he's getting a pin every week, everybody would love it.
Oh yeah. I mean, they could just as easily, I think, make him a cheap pop kind of guy instead of a cheap heat kind of guy. But I think it would be much funnier having him as the heel. I think he's good at healing it up, getting cheap heat. I think it would be a lot less entertaining if he just came out and said the name of the town they were in and all that. So, anyway, next we got a backstage segment with Daniel Tanner's favorite wrestler, Mr. Adam Rose. And believe it or not, this was probably my favorite Adam Rose segment so far. It was different than anything we've seen him. It wasn't just party, party, party. It showed him looking into the Oculus mirror, plugging a little WWE movie. And, it made me smirk having him dressed up in the suit. It was kind of, opposite of what he usually is. What do you think of it, Dan?
It was decent. I guess he was trying. I don't know what was the idea behind it. Seeing him in a business suit and briefcase and not having his sucker or whatever, but it was pretty entertaining. I wish they could have went more with it, but I guess it was one of his best ones, like legitimately one of his best.
Drew?
I actually didn't like it as much. I think he is probably a B plus player when it comes to backstage scenes because he obviously can't handle the ring. I like A plus players like Bo Dallas. Just saying.
I disagree.
I was a Leo Cooler. Creepy smile, weird mess. Something other. From his NXT character. That would have been a nice little treat for the IWC in the smart marks. But it was just boring to me.
Yeah, it would have been cool to have a little shout out to the Kruger gimmick, I think. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna bring back Leo Kruger, unfortunately. Um, moving on, we got the first of the two Beat the Clock challenge matches. Um, Probably the longest Beat the Clock match I've ever seen, with Dean Ambrose going about 15 minutes with Alberto Del Rio. That was a decent match, but for Beat the Clock, I just thought it dragged on way too long, had a commercial break in it and everything. Um, Drew, did you like this match?
It was good. I think it was probably the second best match of the night to a match that we're going to discuss later. But you know, Alberto Del Rio is one of the most solid workers that this company has had in the last 7, 8 years. He puts on a show. He can put a guy over. I really like what he did, and it made Dean Ambrose a pretty solid character in the ring, more than we've seen in the last week, because we didn't get to see him last week, and you can tell that we missed him. So yeah, I like the match a lot.
True. Dan, what do you think of it?
There was some good spots, some good points, stuff going on for the first few minutes though. But like you said, it was way too long for a Beat the Clock. I mean, at first it was like, oh, we got a last man standing to start the show, match. Now, when I seen this match, I was like, okay, is this going to be turned into a Iron Man match? Because this match is going on way too long. It's like, you guys need to hurry up and decide who's going to win this match, because my attention level is like, no, didn't like it. I mean, it was an okay match, but I didn't like the length of it.
Yeah. Moving on, we had another Lana, Rusev, Zeb, and Swagger thing. Apparently, Rusev beat Sin Cara during the commercial break. I don't know what kind of booking decision that was, but there's not really much to say about it other than it's stupid. As far as the promo itself, Zeb was getting some pretty big pops. I mean, of course, it's cheap pop, just USA versus Russia. But I didn't really think much of it. It's the same stuff we've seen for the last 2 months. And did you like it?
No, it was dumb. It was like, why even try to say that you guys booked Sin Cara in this match, this slaughter match right here, and then come up and then basically it should have just been a promo. You attack Jack Swagger, and I don't understand why they don't have Zeb Coder try to help out Jack when he's being attacked by Rusev. It'll excite some things, get some excitement going. But the match itself, I was looking forward to, but now it's like it's just gonna be another match. So it is what it is.
Drew, your opinion?
Um, if Zeb's promo this week would have been the first promo that they did, he probably would have had one of the best promos in years. But because we had seen this so much, and you guys know how much I love this feud, I was just like, man, this is boring. Because we've seen it too much.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I did like how Rusev used the flag against Swagger. I thought that was actually pretty creative on Jack Swagger and Rusev booking, because we hadn't seen that. Seen them use the flags. We just seen them holding it. So I think I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I just couldn't get into it. Next, we come back from commercial and have Cesaro and Dolph in the ring with Miz on commentary. Miz on commentary was, pretty decent. He had a funny outfit on, playing the wannabe Hollywood guy as usual. But yeah, I thought, this could have been the best match of the night. You got two great workers. Instead, it's a shit match that lasts about a minute and a half. Cesaro jobs out clean with no fight really at all to the always weak looking zigzag, one of the lamest finishers in the WWE in my opinion. Followed by, Miz getting in there and them teasing Dolph, hitting him in the face, but of course he doesn't hit him. So, yeah, I didn't really think this was good at all. Did you like it, Drew?
Not really. I did like the face off. That's all I really got to say about it.
Dan?
Um, I think someone in the back is teasing or toying with us because I'm quite sure they knew when they booked this match. It was like, hey, let's play with these guys watching TV. Let's book this match. Get everyone hyped up between these two guys because I'm pretty sure they're going to think this is going to be a great match. And then we're just going to give them a minute and 30 seconds, and that's it. And we're going to piss everyone off about it. I didn't like it at all because it should have been a way better match. That should have been a match where I feel like that could have been 15 minutes long. There's
Oh,
no,
yeah.
yeah, there's no way in the world. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that Ziggler won, but I felt like he really didn't let Cesaro do too much of anything, really. So it was disappointing.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Next segment, we actually have the return of the Dust Brothers against their perennial foes, Ryback. Um, Short little match, maybe 3-4 minute match. Same thing we usually see out of them. But yeah, not really anything that stood out to me other than Stardust's finisher was pretty cool. Dark Matter, pretty slick looking finisher. I like that, but other than that, yeah, same old shit. You think anything other than?
I think nothing of it. I think nothing of them. I think nothing of this Cosmic Keys. I think they're kind of crazy if you ask me. And it's about time that they can't competed after it's been over a month, and they've been
Yep.
having like backstage segments or something. So it was about time they came out, and of course, who they go against? Ryback.
Yeah. Drew, did you take anything away from the Dust Brothers?
I think it's interesting that the only tag team match we got was Ryback losing the gold. Goldust and Stardust. I like it. I like the finisher. I think the finisher is going to be better for him because it's going to be a lot slicker for Cody Rhodes to get someone in there. I think it's interesting the the interaction between Goldust and Stardust is Goldust tries to be tweaky, and then Stardust goes 2 levels further. I think that's kind of a signal for when they actually feud. Is he's going to go all the Richter, and we're going to have a great match between Goldust and Stardust because they're telling a little bit of a tale of we're going to have this match sometime, and we're going to pass the torch finally to Cody to be that character that we're missing right now. Because without saying, we don't have that good comedy character.
Yeah. Yeah, really not much else to add to that. Next, kind of interesting little thing in the back. Triple H and Stephanie are talking when Kane comes up and takes off his mask, hands it to Stephanie, and walks away. Don't really know what they're doing with that, but if it gets Kane off my TV for a while, so be it. I say good riddance. He's been nothing but boring to me for quite a while, ever since he broke up with Daniel Bryan. Do you take anything away from it, Drew?
Now, he's coming back in 6 months, and everyone's going to be creeped out again.
Yeah, it's the same old shit. Really nothing to say about it. Did you think anything about it, Dan?
I thought, here we go again. Mask Kane, unmasked Kane. It's like we've seen this before, so if he's gone, fine. He did his thing for the past 20 years. Appreciate his work. But yeah, I think it's about time for him to go.
True. Next up, we had Luke Harper and Chris Jericho. They maybe were working for about 5 minutes. Nothing really special that I saw in the match. Kind of boring to me. Um, Same kind of shit that always happens in a Wyatt family match. That is, lights go out, fucking Bray Wyatt shows up, and Chris Jericho gets beat up. The only thing to really come out of this is since Jericho won, that means that now Rowan and Harper are both banned from ringside at SummerSlam. But as we all know, that seems to mean absolutely nothing. I'm sure they'll probably show up to ringside anyway. I'm really getting tired of these Wyatt family finishes, aka non-finishes. Did you like anything about this, Dan?
Nope, not at all. Don't care about the Whites. Don't care about Bray Wyatt. I was hyped over Bray Wyatt like some months ago, early on this year. I don't like the Code Breaker. I wish he'd just stick to the Walls of Jericho. So yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's telling that, Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho, you would think that it would be one of the best things going right now, but they seem to have lost everybody on it. Drew, are you into this feud right now?
No. I just want to see Bray Wyatt get over and win clean. I want to see him succeed, but to give him the Ryback treatment where, we're making him look strong, but he's going to lose every match. But he's going to lose strong. And that's not what we need. We need Bray Wyatt to win, to get more matches, to let his matches be hurt. And he can't do that when he's losing them.
Yeah, I mean, the booking with him has been just very ever since Cena. Cena, just, I don't know, ruined his career.
Yeah.
Moving on, we had out of one of the worst nights of Raw that I can remember, probably the worst thing on the show, as is always the worst thing on the show. Fandango coming out with Hornswoggle of all people as his dance partner, facing Diego again, coming out with Torito and Summer Rae and Layla. Fandango actually didn't get distracted by the hose this week. He got distracted by his own midget. And yeah, of course he gets distracted and loses. Nothing for me to say other than fuck this company. Drew, think of anything of this?
Can I just see Summer Rae and Layla on Brazzers? Can we just get them off WWE and get them into some more company? Because they seem to be sleeping with half in the locker, and then they start eating Kelly. So, it just doesn't seem relevant anymore. When are you gonna give Fandango someone new, a chick? Give him Bailey, someone who doesn't even know what's going on, and doesn't even like Fandango. She's just happy to be there that she got chosen, and run with that, or bring somebody up.
I say they should just dump the Fandango gimmick, make him Johnny Curtis again, and just let him be a good worker. That would be the best bet, in my opinion. Dan, do you like anything about what you saw on this segment?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think that they're trying to force feed us these comedy acts matches, as I call it. And overall, I start to think like maybe they just thought that this was going to really be a bad Raw show tonight because they ain't had their two top guys in the house. So it was just horrible. I'm tired of this match. They need to move on from the Fandango and the Hoes and the Diegos and whoever else. Just move on.
True. Next up, we had Orton talking to Renee Young in the back. I'm not even going to say anything about this. Do either of y'all have anything to say about Orton?
Nope.
Dan, anything?
Orton? Nah, not at all.
Exactly. Moving on. Bo Dallas versus R Truth, Part 2. Um, Bo Dallas, of course, gets his win back. And, he beats him with a roll up. And, yeah, attacks him post match. R Truth attacks him, whatever. I don't know. I'm just really not into what they're doing with Bo Dallas. And the crowd doesn't seem to be either. Dan, what do you think?
I just want to say one thing. I just like to say that my client, R Truth, has conquered the streak last week. He is the one in Bo Dallas 17-1, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, that was like really, really bad for Bo Dallas. I didn't hear no kind of cheer, boo, anything. It was just bad for him. Uh, yeah, I don't even know why he even. I mean, I understand that he wanted a rematch though, but it was like, move on to something else. Get yourself a good feud. I mean, if that's our truth, our truth is the guy that you feud with, then fine. But it was just horrible.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Dallas still has the support of the Smarts, but I don't know how anybody seems to think that he's over right now. I really don't, because the crowd reaction speaks for itself. I even posted a video of the crowd reaction to settle an argument earlier, and yeah, I mean, it's just a non-reaction. That's what it is. Drew, I know you like Bo Dallas. What do you think of this?
I think you guys just need to do one thing for me.
No, we don't.
That is to believe. I think y'all underestimate one of the most electrifying moves in professional wrestling today. Kind of like the meltdown back in WCW, done by one of the members of Chronic, if I'm not mistaken. The Bodog. The Bodog on the outside of the ring just gave me chills down my spine. It was my second favorite moment of the week, so that's all I'm going to say.
I always want to say you do realize that the Bulldog is the Stratisfaction, right? You do know that,
Exactly.
right? Just so we're clear.
First of all, his hair flows better when he doesn't first match does. That's because he puts the right amount of moisture on it.
Wow.
Well, that mofo comes out wet as shit. Like his shirt is soaking wet, his hair is soaking wet. I don't know what's up with it, but
I think he's been with Karma a couple times, He comes out wet.
Next we have Bray Wyatt interrupting the announce team for a little backstage promo. He didn't really say shit, in my opinion. Did you like it?
Oh,
wow. I mean, I thought it was cool. It's a good Bray Wyatt promo. He's underrated in the promo game because if you don't give him a feud that's meaningful, then what else can he do? He's a better talker than probably about 90% of the roster right now. I'd rather hear him than another Cena promo.
Oh, I mean, his promos are great. He's one of the best talkers, if not the best talker in the WWE right now, but he just needs some new material, in my opinion, because it's almost the same thing every week, and he's just, I don't know, getting repetitive. I mean, there's a reason he's starting to get boring chants, in my opinion. I love Bray Wyatt's character and his promos, but I just think he needs to expand his horizons. Dan, did you like this promo?
no, I agree with you. What you said earlier. I mean, it's the same crap, and I'm beginning to realize that maybe that Bray Wyatt isn't as good as I thought he was. At first, he did have some good promos, but it's like, was I really paying attention to his promos, or maybe the fact that I was just wrapped up in the delivery of his promos? Right now, he's not making sense to me. I'm sorry.
I agree. Like, his delivery is superb. It's different than anything we've seen in WWE in a while. And, he draws people in, like, with his delivery. It's awesome. But, yeah, I think the hype train is starting to derail a little bit. Because, I mean, his promos is what makes him. His promos and his character. His in-ring work really is nothing special. It really, honestly, is not. It's unique, but I would not call him a great in-ring worker. His appeal is his character and his promos, and without a strong, promo, then he's not gonna be special. So I think, yeah, he needs to find a new angle to work. Um, any other thoughts on Wyatt? Nope. I guess we will move on then. We have another Lesnar Cena hype package. I'm pretty sure it was the same thing we saw earlier. It may have been different, but even if it was different, it's the same shit as Lesnar Cena. I'm really not hyped for this main event. Do either of y'all have anything else to say about this?
Just kill Cena. That's all I asked for. Just kill Cena. And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, kill Cena.
But we're getting what we're paying for. And you know how much we pay? $9
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's the thing. Is you gotta realize they're not gonna shell out these great main events for us. They're just gonna give us the same old stuff that the casual fan that may pay $9.99 is still the ones that already have, and try and draw more followers in. So I mean, that's how the booking is.
Yeah, I mean, you make a really good point. I had brought this up a few months ago. Like, I think we can start to expect shittier pay-per-views because they don't have to sell people on it and make them spend $50 a month anymore. If they've already got people subscribed to the network, then they already got their money. They don't need to sell it. So, yeah, like, it's ever since WrestleMania or Extreme Rules or whenever they launched the network, I think it's been not very good for pay-per-view business. And, yeah, with the network numbers coming out, I think WWE is in a very, very bad position when it comes to business. But moving on, our main event match of the evening was supposed to be Seth Rollins versus RVD. Of course, the Authority pulls some shenanigans and replaces RVD with Drew's favorite wrestler, Heath Slater, picking up probably the biggest victory of his career by way of roll-up due to Ambrose coming out and screwing around with the briefcase. They teased it a few times, and then sure enough, they went ahead and did it. Heath Slater pulls off the big upset. That means Ambrose is going to pick the stipulation. I'm sure he'll pick a street fight or something like that. But yeah, Dan, what did you think of this segment? I thought it was pretty entertaining. Maybe the highlight of the entire evening.
I think the highlight of the evening was probably Dean Ambrose on the outside doing one of his crazy antics. For some reason, when he came out and did his thing, I was like, you know what? Heath Slater's not really that bad. He's not as good as Drew makes him out to be, but he's not that bad.
Oh no, Heath Slater is a great worker. Like people sleep on his work. Like he is a great in-ring worker, and I think he sells offense as good as anyone in WWE, if not better. I mean, if you're trying to make somebody look good in the ring, Heath Slater is the guy to do it. I am totally with Drew on that. As far as his main event potential, we disagree on that, but I'll let Drew take it away for this point here.
Alright. I'm just going to say one thing, Daniel. Who was the man? He was in the NXT group, that first NXT group. He didn't have the high-flying abilities. There was a reason why he was in that group, because he's talented. William Regal works with him because he's talented. There's a reason why I believe in him. He's one of the most talented workers on the business. I think this is the start, and maybe this is just my looking into the Oculus mirror or something, but I think this is the start of the mega push, and the mega push will happen when we will see Heath Slater come in as number 30 in the Royal Rumble, take out everybody on the roster, and go to WrestleMania. I'm being facetious there. But I think it's a very good win. It showed me Ambrose a little bit of character, doing the Alicia Fox, even people's coats and stuff, and pouring them on something, on some object or person. But I hope it's a hardcore match or, a boiler room match. That'd be cool. We haven't seen one of those in a while, so let's hope it's something good.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird that they put this in the main event, but yeah, it served its purpose. It's Ambrose, more fan support, and yeah, it gives Slater a little chance to shine. I'm all for it. I was happy with this segment, which is rare for this evening. Moving on to our main event segment for the second week in a row, the women closed the show. It was the contract signing this time, and yeah, again, it leads to physical confrontation as every contract signing does. Leaves the Authority standing tall after Bree hits a couple pedigrees on the Bella Twins, and yeah, pretty much what you would expect. Drew, what did you think of the main event?
I don't think they should have closed out the show. I think you should have gone with something a little bit different, because you can't just go 2 weeks in a row with someone closing out the main event, because no one really cares about the Stephanie versus Brie match. They want to see Stephanie in a tight outfit that jiggles, that lets her main things jiggle, and they want to see Brie win so Daniel Bryan can come out, lift her onto his shoulder, she's so injured, and celebrate. I mean, there's nothing special about this thing. So there's nothing that makes me want to pay $9.99 for this match. So I could care less about this.
Dan, what did you think of it?
Well, this is what I thought. If I see another Stephanie and Brie Bella ending the show, I will cancel my $9.99 subscription to the network. I don't want to see that. Okay, maybe I won't. I'll wait until SummerSlam to do that, after SummerSlam. But I might end up going on strike because it was just garbage, along with everything else. The loudest popular night was probably the Yes chants and the CM Punk chants. So, I mean, you just can't end your show like that, really, if you ask me. So, that's what I thought.
I mean, it wasn't good. I'll definitely say that it was not good, but as bad as it was probably still one of the stronger segments on this show. That's how bad this show was tonight. I'm not even gonna give us our MVP or favorite segment of the night because there's really not much to pick from. I'd say probably our favorite segment was Heath Slater, and
What about Adam Rose? Adam Rose?
Okay. Fair enough, you pick Adam Rose, but yeah. As far as my least favorite segment, I mean, I just got to give it to the whole fucking show. I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be Summer and Layla, as always. But is there anything that stuck out as the worst of the worst tonight for you two?
Nope.
I mean,
I'm gonna say the whole show was just bad.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with y'all. To rate the show, I would give this show an F. Plain is an F. There's nothing redeeming about this show, and with only one show left until your second biggest show of the year, to deliver a big fat turd on Monday night, just inexcusable. It's an F. Dan, what do you rate it?
Because of Adam Rose and because of Dean Ambrose antics, I have to give it a D minus. That's the only reason I haven't given a F.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Drew?
I'm gonna give this a C because there was
Wow.
no Usos. Yeah, there was no Usos, no Sheamus, and Heath Slater won, and the Bulldog was back to the full effect. That's the only reason why I'm giving it a C is because there was a couple things that were good, a lot bad, but you have to realize that they're not using the same people over and over in some segments. They're letting people have breaks. So the more people have breaks, the better the matches are going to be in the future. Sheamus is going to be a lot better because he's not matching every week with a mid-tier guy, and the Usos are tagging, doing the tag team match every week. So we might actually be excited to see them in a match over 10 minutes. So I'm actually, there's some good to pull out. I'm usually a negative Nancy, but there's some good things, so I'm good.
I mean, if the positives of the night for you are who wasn't on the show, then that really does just speak how bad what was on the show really was. But
Yep.
yeah, as you were saying, I'm not a fan of the Usos. I'm not a fan of Sheamus, but it is interesting that that's your tag team champion off the show. That's your U.S. champion off the show. AJ Lee, the Divas champion, was not on the show. The Miz, your IC, did not have a match. John Cena, your WWE champion, was not on the show. I mean, it was terrible, fucking terrible. And I don't have anything else to say. I have no final thoughts other than what I have already said. It's an abomination. Do you guys have any final thoughts on tonight's Raw?
Uh,
Dan?
my final thought is that I have never wanted to see John Cena on a show as much as I did tonight. That's how boring and horrible the show was. I was just like, come on, let that John Cena entrance music come out, liven up the crowd or something. It was just garbage. And another thing, you can shove $9.99 down our throats all you want to, but you have to make the product a bit more better than what it is now. And tonight did not show that, hey, I want to subscribe to the WWE network because this was a great show. Now I'm considering canceling my subscription depending on how SummerSlam goes, but this was just horrible overall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no Cena fan by any means, but Cena would have improved things greatly. I mean, you can hate on Cena all you want, but he is pretty good at what he does. Drew, did you have any final thoughts?
The American rock star is going to get the mega push. Mark my words. But honestly, I think this was a very lackluster show. I was actually in Texas for the San Antonio Raw in March, and that was a spectacular Raw. And you could tell that the fans weren't up there because it wasn't a good show. And you can't blame the fans when you're paying $99, $100, $300 for a ticket. You want a damn good show, and they definitely didn't earn it. Whatever the dark match was, I'm hoping it was Undertaker versus Sting in a hardcore match for WWE Contact on the Pole.
Yeah, I feel really bad for the fans there in Austin tonight. But yeah, I believe that's all we have to say about Raw tonight. We will be back as always this weekend with our side show. Discussing the meetings on the week and the SmackDown, NXT, and TNA. If there's anything to say about those shows. But yeah, for Daniel and Drew and our missing compatriots, Hannah, Damien, and Anthony, this is Todd signing out. We will catch y'all on the flip side.
Alright, y'all.